Should offensive language be removed from classic literature? Some of you may have read these types of books, including Catcher in the Rye or Huckleberry Finn. These books use language that could be considered vulgar or offensive to certain peoples. As a reader of a few of these titles, I can say that the offensive language used in these books should not be removed, as it adds to the entirety of the book, has a deeper meaning, and does not whitewash the author's viewpoint or purpose of the book. About 80% of books challenged in the ALA Office for Intellectual Freedom tell stories about marginalized groups. For instance, Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn uses the N-word in it multiple times, which is a racist term in the eyes of people today. However, even though the book uses this offensive language, the word choice enhances the book. After all, the book was written back in the 1800s, when the N-word was more commonly used to describe people of African descent. This book has been challenged in the ALA Office for Intellectual Freedom for the use of offensive language by many, many people. This led up to the creation of a clean version of the book being published. The clean version of the book ruins the history and the entirety of the book. Twain, the author, chose the words for a reason to display the past and the thoughts and experiences of a young white boy named Huckleberry Finn in the 1800s. For younger children, however, the clean version is perfectly okay, and it's acceptable. And as the young readers grow, they can be more exposed to this offensive language used in this book. Word choice in classic literature has meaning behind it, and once again, Huckleberry Finn is a prime example. In the clean version of the novel, the N-word is replaced with slave, and the word Indian is replaced with Injun. Even if these words are removed from the text, most of the humor and social critiques are still intact. However, when the offensive language is removed from the novel and all of its fraught implications, it will result in whitewashing a terrible part of American history. This will largely affect future generations who may not be exposed to the terrible parts of American history. Furthermore, according to the ALA Office for Intellectual Freedom, hundreds of other works of classic literature have been challenged in court for their use of offensive language. Not all classic books are challenged just because of their offensive language, though. Harsh undertones, sexual references, animal abuse, satanic and religious viewpoints are some of the other reasons books get challenged. Another example of a book like this is The Call of the Wild, which was banned due to the challenges relating to mistreatment of animals and the harsh undertones that the book brought along with it. Once again, every undertone, word choice, and or action in the book has a deeper meaning. This could be relating to social critiques, the past, or even changes people need to make for the future. Taking away the offensive language from a classic book would be like taking away violence from an action movie. A clean version is acceptable for younger audiences, but we should not take away the original text, as it can teach lessons, display history, whether it's good or bad, and it takes away from the entirety of the book.